Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Dr. Najam from Fobals High School. In the last video, you people have learnt about temperature and scales of the temperature. Now in this lecture, you will learn about the most important thing regarding about the melting point and boiling point. And secondly, related terms, that is steam point and the ice point concept as well. Also, you people need of a calculator to calculate the temperature measures by using the formula. So let's start the class.
Now guys, in this topic, we will discuss two content. Number one, there is a genetic difference between a clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. And before that, I want to discuss another thing, that is about thermometric liquids. Thermometric liquids mean that particular liquids which we use in thermometer to measure the temperature. And the two liquids used in liquid in glass thermometers, number one, mercury, and number two, alcohol. So just to discuss their advantages and their disadvantages. Number one, about mercury as a thermometric liquid. Mostly you observe that the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometer. Clinical thermometer is used for your medical purpose. The laboratory thermometer used for to check the temperature during the experiment and so on. So in the clinical thermometer, mostly mercury is used, and in laboratory thermometer, alcohol is used, right? So here I just to figure out few advantages and few disadvantages of both mercury and alcohol as a thermometric liquid. As for the mercury, the first advantage is that it is a very good conductor of heat, and therefore the whole liquid reaches the temperature of surrounding quickly for the mercury. Second advantage for the mercury is that it does not wet to the tube, because mercury is only liquid that does not have any particular wetting property. Number three, it has a high boiling point, that is about 357 degrees centigrade. Mercury expands uniformly, it responds quickly to the temperature change, and it has a visible meniscus. Meniscus means we can easily determine the exact value on the scale without any personal error, right? But as mercury having so much advantages, but few disadvantages as well. Like mercury is not recommended by the doctors, especially for infants, as per the thermometer, because it's a poisonous, and sometimes kids just to chew the thermometer accidentally, and the mercury is on their tongue, so it is poisonous. So you know what will happen next. It's is expensive, and it has a very high freezing point. Its boiling point is advantage, but its freezing point is disadvantage. That is minus 39 degrees. Not very freezing point, and its expensivity is fairly low. It expands quickly, but its value fairly is low. But as per my observation, mercury advantages are far quite good as their disadvantages. That's why mercury is a very best conductor. for the usage. Now, about the alcohol. Alcohol is expanded uniformly. It has low freezing point, that's its plus point, that is minus 115 kilo. And usually mercury we use to check the temperature below 50 degrees centigrade. It has a large expansivity as compared to mercury. It is cheap, it is a bit safe liquid than pure mercury. But as per the disadvantage concern, it wets the liquid. It's a wet liquid and it's versatile, and it has low boiling point. Usually, alcoholic thermometers we cannot use for measuring above 60 degrees centigrade because its boiling point is 78 degrees centigrade. So, reading is not exactly accurate as mercury did. And it does not react quickly to change the temperature. It takes some time as compared to mercury, and it needs to be dried since it is colorless. So usually, you people will observe in the lab that we have few thermometers having a green color or right color in between the scale, so we can easily check that particular temperature. Although that originally alcohol is colorless, but mercury color is silver. Okay. So, thermometric liquid advantages and disadvantages. So, conclusion is that we can use mercuric thermometer for calculation of higher temperatures, and we can use alcoholic thermometer for calculating lower grade measures like the temperature of the gases and different kind of freezing liquids above, below minus 50. Right. So both thermometric liquids are used in laboratory, but in clinical thermometer we only use mercury thermometer. So the main design feature, just like if I'm talking about even clinical thermometer or even laboratory thermometer. So about the laboratory thermometer, we discuss first. A medical or clinical thermometer is used to measure the human body temperature, usually, and laboratory thermometer has different uses. But mostly, a laboratory thermometer is used to measure the boiling point and the freezing point during experiments, as I told you before. Now, their temperature ranging is about minus 10 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees Celsius. This is the important point. And this point you will get in your ATP's calculation. There's a range of the scale minus 10 to 1.10 degrees Celsius. Now, let's talk about features, purpose, and main design of laboratory thermometer. You can refer page number 112, 123, and 124 of the book as well. Page number 122, 123, and 124 of the book. So, if I'm talking about laboratory thermometer first, so as the main design feature, the mercury is contained in a thin wall glass tube or alcohol, colored alcohol, either in red color or either in green color. We can use as well. The bulb is actually what? The initial part of the thermometer. That is exactly the bulb. The bulb is made small to contain a small amount of liquid, and usually it is red in color. The bore of a capillary tube is fine and uniform for moving the liquid of the thermometer present in it. The walls of a long tube above the bulb are made thick. It is broad to ensure there is no personal error or random error for checking calculation. And the size of thermometer is relatively small. It is a kind of a flat thermometer. Okay. But usually in the lab, we use a larger scale thermometer, so it is about this enough in length. And the purpose of the working principle, the thin wall of the glass tube allows conduction of the heat quickly to the glass. To the liquid, a small amount of liquid responds more quickly to change in temperature. The fine tube allows a noticeable movement of the liquid column for a small change in temperature. That is the sensitivity concept of the thermometer. The fourth, the act as magnifying glass. Like if you are unable to read the scale, so you may use magnifying glass. And the small size allows, which is portable. We can handle it. We can easily put it in any small vessel or a small test tube. If it is large enough, so its handling is a bit difficult. Now about the clinical thermometer. So glass wall, the main feature design I'm talking about. The glass wall of the bulb is thin. The bore of a capillary tube is also fine, obviously. The scale is limited to a small range of between 34 degree to 42 degree because a clinical thermometer is usually used for human to measure the human body temperature, especially in the fever conditions. So our body normal body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, and maximum temperature like the fever condition is about 40 or 41 degrees centigrade. So that's enough for a scale. But in the laboratory thermometer, the scale range is very high, that is minus 10 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees centigrade. So there is 120 unit difference. A narrow construction is found in the tube, just above the bulb. It is a bit, you can say, a cylindrical shape, a rod type shape. The cross section of the steam of the thermometer is pear shaped, thoda sa, kind of, because we put it in the mouth. Also, that's a problem. Now, the purpose or working principle, like this allows for rapid conduction of the heat. Okay, through the thin glass of the wall to the mercury. As I told you about that, clinical thermometer is specifically made with mercury, right? That is why this improves the thermometer sensitivity by allowing a large change in length of the mercury. Now, we know that the normal body temperature is about 37 degrees centigrade. So the short range allows the greater accuracy to check the result and check that particular temperature without any error. So, if you have any issue, so you may use magnifying glass, check the exact temperature. And now, while we construct a narrow construction is found in the tube to ensure the maximum temperature of the body is important. When the temperature rises, the mercury in the bulb expands and forces its way past the construction. When the thermometer is taken from the patient mouth, the construction prevents contracting mercury from flowing back into the bulb. So that is why इसको थोड़ा सा रखा जाता है इस तरह के एक्टिवेटर में दिखाना तो स्केल पे then using the thermometer we got it. Okay, so by forcefully we actually allowing that mercury to get back into that particular bulb position. So that is exactly. Now, meanwhile, this one is your now the data thermometers. We use it. Now, three important terms regarding our temperature controls. Remember, number one, responses. This measures how quickly the thermometer can register change in temperature. It is responsible for that. Number two, sensitivity. And the sensitivity is important when as per the CI is examiner is asking about its definition. Sensitivity. This measures the amount of change in thermometric property. For example, length of mercury column per unit change in temperature. Now the third one is the range, and this denotes the minimum and maximum temperature that the thermometer can measure. Like the range, you can say scale of the thermometer. So responsiveness, responsiveness, sensitivity, and range. These are the three basic tools through which we can easily determine about constructive thermometer, and especially for the range is related with your ice point and steam point concept. So remember that the ice point, what is it? This is the temperature of the pure melting ice at a pressure of 1 atmosphere, and it is assigned a value of 0 degrees centigrade. Similarly, steam point is the upper fixed point of the thermometer, and this is the temperature of dry steam from water boiling at a pressure of 1 atmosphere, 1 atm, and it is assigned a value of 100 degrees. This procedure for determining to steam point, so we can easily summarize that particular scale and go on. We will continue with the concept of ice point and steam point in our next lecture as well. And this is the main thing. And then we will go for the temperature and further calculation with this concept. I hope you understand the types of thermometer, and you are also well aware about the thermometer liquids. These content which you are learning right now, it is important especially for your MCQs point of view. So page number 122, 123, 124. This is for your reference of the book. You may read it and listen to it, so you can easily understand that particular lecture.
Now students, I hope you have learned about the calibration of temperature in thermometer and how to apply the formula to calculate the temperature measures. Now I will upload a worksheet on Google Classroom of the topical content related which we have learned in the 2 video lectures, and first of all you need update version of the past papers which we'll use during the class as well, and we will also solve the MCQs and numericals related about the CIEs. See you inshallah in the next class. Thank you.